Hello students, good morning. Welcome back to your 25th lecture of English Grammar. In our previous lecture, we had started our new lesson number 11, Comparison of Adjectives. Let's see what will we learn here in this lecture today. First of all, we revise the previous knowledge. Then we will learn the rules of formation of comparative and superlative degree of adjectives. Then I will give an explanation with examples of the rules. And then we will see the exercise. And then I will give you a homework worksheet. What we had learnt in our previous lecture, have you remember? Let's revise all the rules which we had learnt in our previous lecture. As we know that comparison means compare one noun or pronoun to another noun or pronoun. If you are comparing anything, then we need two nouns. Right? Comparison of adjective can be in three kinds of degrees, and they are these 3 degrees show us that how many nouns are compared. From the kind of degree, we identify how many nouns are there in the sentence, and the kind of degrees are positive degree, comparative degree, and superlative degree. Let's revise briefly all these 3 kinds of degrees. First of all, positive degree. In this kind of degree, only one noun is in the sentence, and for comparison, we need more than one noun. So, it is also called the simple form of adjective. As we know that if we want to compare anything, then we need more than one noun. And in positive form of the degree, we have only one noun in the sentence. So, the comparison cannot be possible. The positive form of degree always written in root form of adjectives, means the main form of the adjectives. It is also called the positive form. This degree is formed without any changes, means whatever the adjectives in the sentence, without any changes, it would be the positive form of the degree. Next is, let's see some examples of the positive degrees. My juice is cold. So, what is an adjective in the sentence? Cold. And it is also called the positive form of the degree. So, cold is an adjective. Second one is, Suman has short pencil. Just remember one thing, if we want to identify the adjective from the sentence, we have to ask the question with how. Then you will get an answer with an adjective. For example, here Suman has short pencil. If we want to identify an adjective from the sentence, then we will ask the question How is the pencil? Then we will get the answer is short. So short is an adjective. And short is the main form of adjective. That's why it is also called the positive form of the degree. Next is Harsh is a tall boy. How is the Harsh? How is the boy? Tall. So tall is an adjective. Pia is very slow in running. How is Pia in running? Slow. So slow is an adjective, and these all four adjectives cold, short, tall and slow written without any changes in the sentence. So it is called the positive form of the degree. Let's move on. The comparative form of the degree. In this kind of degree, there are two nouns in the sentence. So, the comparison formed between two nouns. So, in positive form, there is only one noun in the sentence. And as we know that for comparison, we need more than one noun. And here, if in the sentence there are two nouns, there is comparison between two nouns, then the adjective would be in its comparative form of the degree. When two nouns are compared, the comparative degree would be in the answer. Then if you compare any two things, any two nouns, and you will get an answer in the comparative form of the degree. And do you know which is the hint word of the comparative degree? Yes, we learnt in our previous lecture. Yes, then is a hint word in this degree. If you are confused, then how to identify that here in the sentence the answer would be in comparative form? Then is your hint word. If in the sentence it is then is in the sentence, you can easily identify it is the degree of comparison. How to form the comparative degree? Have you remember? Let's see. We make comparative degree by adding er with an adjective, and sometimes we use more with an adjective to make it in a comparative form. Means mostly we add er to them and sometimes we add more with an adjective and make it in a comparative form. Let's see the examples. My juice is colder than yours. Here two juices are compared. Which one? My juice and your juice, right? So comparison between two juices. So the answer would be in comparative form. So what is the answer? What is the comparative form? Colder, right? Let's see the next sentence. Suman's pencil is shorter than mine. Here two pencils are compared. Which one? One is Suman's pencil and one is my pencil. So two pencils are compared and the answer, we will get the answer in comparative form. And what is the comparative form of adjective? Yes, shorter. Good. Let's see the next example. Harsh is taller than my brother. How is the Harsh? Taller. So here Harsh is compared with my brother. So two boys are compared here. Their height is compared. Right? So what is the answer? Taller. And taller is the comparative form of the degree. Let's move on. The next kind of degree is superlative degree. In this kind of degree, there are more than two nouns in the sentence. So, the comparison formed among more than two nouns. For comparison, there is no rule that only two nouns are compared. But if more than two nouns are compared, then we will get the answer in the superlative form of the degree. When more than two nouns are compared, the superlative degree would be in the answer. And what is the hint word of superlative degree? The. If you are confused, then you have a hint word in the sentence is the. How to get an idea with the? Let's see the examples. In examples we will see. And do you know how to form the superlative degree? Let's see. We make superlative degree by adding est with an adjective, and sometimes we use most with an adjective to make it in a superlative form. So generally we use est to make adjective in a superlative form, but sometimes we use most with an adjective to make it in a superlative form. Let's see the examples and let's see how is the helpful to find out the superlative form of the degree. Let's see the examples. My juice is the coldest juice in all. Just look at here. After juice is there, and then the is in the sentence, and after the it is the superlative form of the cold, right? Juice in all, because all the juices are compared, not only two juices, right? Here compared more than two juices, so the answer would be in the superlative form. And always before the superlative form, the is written in the sentence. So it will be helpful you to identify the superlative form of the degree and fill up the blanks or anything else. So what will be the answer? Coldest, right? Let's see the next example. Suman has the shortest pencil in the class. In the class means in the class not only two students are there in the class, right? But how many students are there in your class? More than 30, right? So many students, more than 2. 30 means more than 2. And the comparison of all the students' pencils. So here the comparison among 30, 35, 37, whatever the students in the class. So more than 2 nouns. If they are compared, then the answer would be in the superlative form, right? So here, what is the superlative form? Shortest. Just look at here. Before shortest. Shortest is the superlative form of the degree, and before shortest, the is written. So you will get an idea if the is written and blank is there, anything else is there, and if you want to change the kind of degree, then you will two hint are there. First is it is compared. The comparison will be more than two nouns, and if the in the sentence, the answer would be in the superlative form. The next is Harsh is the tallest boy in our group. So group means what? More than two or three people are together, it make a group, right? Two people together make a pair, and more than two people there are standing at a place or doing work together, it is called the group. So group is identify that there are more than two boys, and the comparison will be in more than two nouns. So the answer would be in the superlative form. So what is the superlative form of the adjective in the sentence? Tallest. Here also just look at that. Before tallest, what is the written in the sentence? Yes, the. Then you can get idea that after the always the superlative form has been written. This is our previous knowledge which we had learnt in our previous lecture. But today, what we are going to learn? Rules. What are the rules? Formation of comparative and superlative degree of the adjectives. How to format the comparative degree and superlative degree, we will learn here with some rules. The first rule is, with most of the adjectives we add er to make them comparative degree, and we add est to make them in a superlative degree form of adjectives. Means generally we use er with an adjective to make the adjective in a comparative form of the degree, and est, we add est with an adjective to make it in a superlative form of the degree. Let's see the table and we can understand that how we add er to make it in a comparative form and add est to make it in a superlative form. First is positive degree, second is comparative degree, and third one is superlative degree. Here just look at the table. Here three columns are there. First is positive degree, second is comparative degree, third is superlative degree. I have written in the bracket that how many comparison between how many nouns comparison in this kind of degree. In positive degree only one noun is there, so I have written here for one. Positive degree always use for only one noun. Then comparative degree, we use comparative degree for two nouns. If there is comparison between two nouns, we have to write the answer in a comparative form. And then superlative form of the degree, and the superlative form of the degree would be in the answer when the more than two nouns are compared. So I have written here for more than two nouns. Okay. First is short, and then generally we add er. So we add only er to short, it becomes shorter. So what is the comparative form of the short? Shorter, right? And for to make it in a superlative degree, we add est to the short. So it will be shortest, right? Then reach. we add er to make it in a comparative form. So rich becomes richer. So what is the comparative form of the rich? Richer. And then if we want to make superlative form, we add est to it. So rich becomes richest. Old, add er to make it in a comparative form, older. And in a superlative form, est means oldest. Let's read again. Short, shorter, shortest. Rich, richer, richest. Old, older, oldest. This is the basic rule to form comparative and superlative degree of the adjective. Let's move on. The next rule will be some adjective which ends with E. If the adjective ends with E, then what can we do? We add R for comparative degree and ST for superlative degree. Let's see again another table and understand that clearly. Here, as we know that 3 degrees are there: positive, comparative and superlative, right? And look at, in a positive column, all the words large become, only we add R, larger. And if we want to make it in a superlative, it will be largest, right? Here I have given another example, but not for this rule. It is the basic rule of formation of comparative degree and the superlative degree. Great. So here this T is the last letter. So what we will add? Yes, ER. Right? In a large, the last letter is E, so we add R only. But here in a great, the last letter is T, so we add ER. So, and EST, right? Great, greater, greatest. Again, brave. What is the last letter? E. So we add only R to make it in a comparative form and only ST to make it in a superlative form. So brave, braver, bravest. Let's read again. Large, larger, largest. Great, greater, greatest. Brave, braver, bravest. This is the second rule, how to make or how to form the comparative degree and the superlative degree. Let's move on. The next rule of the formation. Some adjective which end in consonant plus Y, means last letter will be Y, and before Y, if there is consonant, then what can we do? Let's see. We remove Y and add IER to make it in a comparative form and IEST to make them in a superlative degree form of the adjective. Means if the adjective ends with Y and before Y, if there is a consonant, then we remove Y, means cut the Y and add IER to make it in a comparative form, and for the superlative form we remove Y and add IEST. Let's see the examples in a table. Here also 3 kind of degree: positive, comparative, superlative. In the second line I have given the specification. How can we form this kind of adjectives in a comparative and superlative? Just look at here. Y, becomes IER. So we remove Y and add IER to make it in a comparative form, and in a superlative form we remove Y and add IEST. Okay, let's see the three positive form of the adjective which ends with Y. Happy, easy, funny, right? All these three adjectives ends with Y, and before Y all have consonants. Happy, Y before P, easy, Y before S, funny, Y before N. Okay, now if we want to make them in a comparative form, we remove Y. So we write HAPP same as the positive form and add only IER. So happy becomes happier, right? And if we want to make a superlative form of happy, then we remove Y again. We write HAPP same as the positive form and add IEST. So it will be happiest, right? Same rule apply in easy. We remove Y, we write same as positive degree EAS and then add IER and then form easy become easier. And how to make the superlative form? Yes, right. We remove Y and add IEST to EAS. So easy becomes easiest. Next one is funny. Then we remove Y, add IER, and for the superlative form we remove Y and add IEST. Let's read again with me. Happy, happier, happiest, easy, easier, easiest, funny, funnier, funniest. This is the third rule to form the comparative degree and superlative degree of adjectives. Let's move on. The next rule of the formation. Some adjectives which end with vowel plus Y means if the adjective end with Y and before Y if there is vowel, then what can we do? We add only ER to comparative degree and EST to make them in a superlative degree form of the adjectives. Means if the adjectives end with Y and before Y there is vowel in the sentence in the adjective, then we apply the basic rule of adjective to make them in a comparative form and superlative form. And what is the basic rule? Yes, add ER for the comparative form and add EST to superlative form. Let's see the examples. Positive, comparative, superlative, these three kind of degrees, and as per our basic rule, Y before vowel, then we add only ER, and Y there is end with Y and before vowel, then we add EST to for making superlative form of the degree. Grey before Y there is a vowel. What is E? So we add only ER. Grey, grayer, greyest. Here we learn the four rule of formation of comparative and superlative degree and revise all the three kind of degrees with examples. More rules of formation we will learn in our next lecture. I hope you will understand these all three kind of degrees and these four rules with their examples. Thank you. Have a great day.